Wake up tired, scroll TikTok for 15 minutes, rush to get to a job you hate, get stuck in traffic on the way, spend 8 hours doing work that means nothing to you, rush to get home, get stuck in traffic on the way, order a pizza, scroll TikTok, watch Netflix for 4 hours, go to bed, scroll TikTok for 30 minutes, fall asleep, repeat. So throughout this video, I want you to keep a certain picture in your mind. I want you to take a minute and think about the average person that is around you. Seriously, do this. Think about how they spend their time. Think about what they do for work. Think about if they truly enjoy what they do for work. Think about if they are living a life that they'll feel proud of in 40 years. Think about if you would enjoy their life. Chances are, if you truly decipher and break down the areas of people's lives, and if that area brings them happiness and fulfillment, you'll find that most people aren't living a life they love. They're living a life at just a fraction of the potential that they have. They're following paths they don't want to follow, but have been told by society that that path is the only way to walk. At every moment, they're falling victim to their vices to hide from reality and the responsibility of taking life into their own hands. They're directionless, they're depressed, anxious, and lack fulfillment. And if they were given the option, they would completely change their lives, or at least many aspects of it. Whether it's what they do for work, how much money they earn, what they do in their spare time, or how much free time they have. But what most people don't realize is that they have this option. They can, if they're willing to figure out what they want to achieve in life, who they want to become, and what they need to do to get there, completely change their life. So if this choice is right in front of all of us, why do only a few select people take it? Why do only a few select people seize the opportunity to control their damn life? Why do so many people just fall mindlessly into complacency and just accept the position that they're in? Why is there more depression, anxiety, and a lack of fulfillment than ever? Well, it's because we're no longer fighting for survival. Now you might be thinking, Ross, what on earth are you talking about? Well, let me explain. For the entirety of human history, we had to fight to survive. We had to earn everything, and we were never comfortable. Yet in the last 100 years, everything has changed rapidly. We're no longer hunting woolly mammoths or fending off saber-toothed tigers. We get to order Uber Eats and spend our time scrolling on a screen designed to steal your attention. We're comfortable. We embrace comfort and instant gratification at every moment, at every spare chance. Yet our internal software, our DNA, our essence is still the same as our ancestors from thousands of years ago. We're not designed to be mindlessly going through life with no challenge or discomfort. Challenge and discomfort is what makes us thrive, and when we don't have it, something feels wrong. The problem today is that unless you voluntarily take on challenge and discomfort, you're never going to experience it in any way that will move you toward the place you want to go. This is even more true if you don't know where that place is. But why is comfort bad? Why is it the downfall of modern society, and why is comfort killing you? Well, if you're comfortable with something, it's not challenging you, it's not pushing you. If it's not pushing you towards your edge, it's effortless. If it's effortless, if you're not on your edge and pushing your boundaries, you're not putting anything worthwhile out there into the world. So you get nothing worthwhile out of the world. You don't progress and you don't improve. And as a human, you are obsessed with progress. For our primal selves, for our ancestors, it was the only way to survive. If you didn't improve and progress in certain areas, you weren't adding to the tribe, you weren't pulling your own weight, so you were holding the tribe back and more likely to be a liability. And because others had to make up for your lack of giving to the tribe, you would fall down the status hierarchy and eventually be ostracized from the tribe or killed in the wild. Until recently, the only way to survive was to improve for the benefit of both you and those around you, so you became obsessed with improvement. Obsessed with proving your competency, with progress and pushing your limits, benefiting both you and the tribe. This obsession with progress is still ingrained deep in your psyche. So when you embrace comfort and instant gratification from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, you lack the opportunity for progress, and so something feels missing. You become anxious, you feel depressed, you lack fulfillment. 3 things that are signs from your mind that you're doing something wrong and that you need to make a change. Your mind is telling you there's a problem and it's up to you to fix it. But the problem with comfort is that it hooks you in. You get complacent and comfortable with your comfort and lack of progress, so you don't take risks or make changes. But comfort is a new phenomena. Your mind doesn't know how to process it. It plays into primal systems in your brain, releasing dopamine, a feel-good neurotransmitter that's supposed to be earned in order to urge us to do the right thing for our survival, that's now being manipulated by modern food, social media, and comfort. It keeps you hooked and complacent. it keeps you stuck where you are. Which if you like where you are, that's fine. But if you want more, if you know deep down inside of you that you were destined for greatness, if you want to achieve something worth achieving, if you want to become all you could be, this is a problem. This complacency that comfort keeps you in causes you to lose self-respect. You know you're not doing what you need to do, that you're avoiding responsibility and meaning, creating a downward spiral of less self-respect and therefore a greater chance of you doing worse habits, a lower chance of you doing good habits, ruining your self-respect. But most of all, the biggest main problem with comfort is the obvious one. When you're comfortable, there's no discomfort, there's no challenge. You're not pushing yourself to your edge, forcing improvement and progress, because that is what discomfort does. When you're uncomfortable, it's a sign that what you're doing is just outside what you're capable of. It's a signal for your body and mind to grow, to improve, to progress. And with that progress, you feel good, you feel fulfilled because you know that you're doing what you need to do. You know you're improving your competency in whatever area of life, improving your chances of climbing the status hierarchy and improving your chances of not only surviving, but prospering. Instead of running to cheap dopamine and instant gratification to feel good, you earn your dopamine. You rewire what your mind wants to do to feel good. Instead of chasing mediocrity and comfort for pleasure, you chase progress and discomfort. You begin to respect yourself. You're doing what you know you need to do, and you're voluntarily shouldering the responsibility of improving your damn life. This creates an upward spiral where you respect yourself more, so you raise your standards, making you more likely to do positive behaviors and less likely to do negative behaviors, causing you to respect yourself even more. And if you have standards that are on your edge, progress and improvement becomes second nature. So, comfort is killing you. It is a downfall of modern society. Everybody is comfortable 24/7. Luckily, the solution at this point is pretty obvious. If you want to live a life worth living, one that's full of progress, improvement, fulfillment and meaning, you need to embrace discomfort. Now with that, you can obviously decide by yourself how you go about this and embracing discomfort, but I have two ways that I embrace discomfort and challenge myself every single day that I'm going to share with you and that I recommend you do as well. A daily discomfort habit. Like with everything, consistency is the most powerful way to experience the benefits of what you're doing. But the true challenge is when you challenge yourself when you don't want to challenge yourself. So build a daily habit of getting uncomfortable. Now preferably you'll have multiple habits that challenge you, that are uncomfortable and that force you to improve in multiple areas of life. But if you're currently drowning in comfort and can barely remember what discomfort feels like, start with just one habit and then build up over time in terms of the number of habits and the size of each individual habit. I'd highly recommend the first habit you build to be working out. You can then add in ice baths, reading, deep work, journaling, silence, running, or whatever other habit you can think of. There's no shortage of what you can choose from. The important thing is that you challenge yourself both physically and mentally. So working out is a physical challenge, but deep work, undistracted, focused, cognitive work on what will move you towards your goals is a mental challenge. You need both. You can't be physically jacked but mentally weak. You need to be jacked in every area of life possible. And make sure you're getting uncomfortable in a way that moves you toward your goals. Let's say you want to compete in bodybuilding. There's no point you training for a marathon just because it's hard. So link your habits to your goals. This way, because your goals, if you've set them correctly, will be big and meaningful, the work that's required of you to achieve those goals will be both challenging and uncomfortable, but most importantly, it'll be meaningful. Standards. Standards are the result of self-respect. They are a level that you hold yourself to because you know that that is what you're capable of and you don't want and you won't accept anything less. Standards are non-negotiables and one of the best ways to push your boundaries and embrace discomfort in the name of progress. You can and should set standards in every area of your life, but again, if you currently have no standards for yourself, start by making your habits from solution 1 your standards. Make them non-negotiable and something that you have to do no matter what, regardless of how you feel. And trust me, you will never respect yourself more than if you set standards for yourself, not feeling like rising to the level that's required of you to meet them, but doing it anyway. Once you do it, you realize you're capable of so much more than you thought. That one experience of doing the work that you know you need to do, regardless of how you feel, is life-changing. And I don't say that lightly. It completely changes your identity and how you see yourself. You start respecting yourself. But once you have these non-negotiable habits as your standards set solid, you need to start setting standards in every single area of your life. So ask yourself, If I could be all I could be, what would that look like? What would your habits be, your mindset, your mannerisms, your behaviors? How would you spend your time? Figure out what the best version of you looks like in every way and set them as your standard. Make them your competition. Because you need something to aim for. You need something to create meaning behind the standards that you set. With your habits from solution 1, the habits have meaning behind them because those habits add up to the goals that you've set, creating a reason for you to meet those standards and perform those habits. But if you decide to set standards throughout every other area of your life but with no meaning behind them, you'll not meet those standards for a long enough period of time for you to experience the benefits of them. So you need to create meaning behind them by using who you could be if you were all you could be as your competition. And plus, you need something to aim for. You need someone to chase, the way to know what you want to achieve and who you want to become. And if you don't use the best version of you, you would use someone else who is 10 years ahead of you and it maybe has so many more advantages in life that it's not even a fair game. But when you chase the best version of you, the person with your advantages and your disadvantages, it's a game you can win. So set your standards and take on the responsibility of rising to meet them at every single step of the way. If you want to know what habits to build and how you can stick to the standards that you set for yourself so that you can start embracing discomfort and improving your life, check out this video here on the habits that I wish I built earlier in life. And my friend, that is it for this video. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure you click that subscribe button and I will see you in the next one.